Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 19th Tuesday, and a little bit of let's get ready for the week ahead. Friday, I did not trade. Thursday, I was gone by about 10:30 away from the markets. Took a little bit of a break from the markets, took advantage of the weekend. As you can see here, we've had a beautiful bounce in the SPY off of this weekly chart, the chart in the blue you see in front of you here. We bounced off this 200 SMA and we've been straight up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row. All right, so we are up 8 weeks in a row. Just looking and doing a little bit of, looking at the markets. Some things that stood out to me from Friday. You had Google down, Facebook red, Amazon was red on Friday, Apple to the negative side. But overall, the market buying, broad market buying going on throughout the market. So that courtesy of FinViz there. So the stock market soared to finish the week on Friday. The Dow Jones was up about 443 points for Friday as hope on the China trade talks between the U.S. and China. Also, you didn't have the government shutdown. Folks were worried about that. Looks like they've come to an agreement there for now. The Nasdaq was up 45 points, and the S&P 500 was up about 30 points on the S&P 500. Government spending bill signed. Government remained open. U.S.-China trade talks created hope of progress. Some of the notes that I wrote down on the SPX. Everybody's going to be watching that. Everybody's going to be watching this $2,800 level here for the SPX. Seems to be where the breakdown had occurred. You can see it a little more clear on the SPX on the daily chart here, as that's where we broke down. We also have kind of a double top area there. So we're going to see how this supply gets handled up here on the SPX S&P 500. So that's a big number everybody's watching. 91% of stocks in the S&P are above their 50 SMA. Could be a little bit of an overbought scenario going on here. If you look at the fear and greed index from CNN Money, and I'll bring that over into the shot here. You can see we're now at 70. Now, we were down when I was watching this. The lowest it ever got, I think, was down to 3, and now we're at 70. So it's a nice V bottom for the bulls here. You can't deny that. The bulls have done what they needed to do after the sell-off during December. We've recovered quite a bit. You would like to see a little bit of a pause here, maybe some consolidation go on. We don't want to be too fast, too far, too fast, and so we'll see how this overbought scenario is going to play out on the markets. As you can see in my RSI on the SPY here, let me go to my other chart. As you can see here on the SPY, we are getting up to on the RSI, we are getting up to about that 70 spot. So we could be a little bit overbought for the markets. Some of the sectors, like I said, a pretty broad market push for the week that passed. You can see everything was pretty much in the green. Even oils were up in the green. The XLU was the least up for the week. So nice broad buying in the markets. Let's see, what else did I take down in my notes? If the markets keep moving back up, perhaps the Fed brings back Jerome Powell into the markets if we move up too far, too fast. So that's a concern on the markets right now. I guess Brexit is still a concern on the markets. So some of those things are still overhanging the markets. Oil had a very good week last week. The OIH itself, the oil services sector, that was up over 6%. Oil itself was up 6%. USO, which tracks the WTI, was up over 5.5%. Robo, an ETF, the automation index ETF, was up nicely, coming up to the 200 SMA on the daily chart. This is the automation index. I believe NVIDIA is in that index. JNUG had a very nice week that passed, up over 5.5%. The IWC and the IWM were both up over 4% for the week. The marijuana cannabis ETF MJ was up just a little under 4% for the week. The IBB had a very good week, up almost 4%. The transports were getting buying. Even with oil moving up, the transports got some buying, up almost 4% for the week. SMH up 3.75% here for the SMH. The banks got some nice buying. The regional banks, the KRE, that was up just a little under 3.5%. The S&P, the sectors, you had the XOP, the oil and gas exploration, that was up 9% for the week. The XBI up about a little under 5%. That's your smaller biotech stocks. The XLF was up just under 3% for the week. So a very good week in these stocks, in these sectors for the S&P. And then, like I said, the utilities were up fractionally for the week. So very good broad buying. The only thing, like I said, was that Amazon, Facebook, and Google kind of took the day off on Friday, so we'll see how that plays out. Some of the thing, Bitcoin is coming back into play. I'm doing this video on Monday. It is about 2:45 in the afternoon. So Bitcoin getting a little bit of a pop here. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin, so perking up. We had this pop back here in Bitcoin when the SEC, some source in the SEC said there could possibly be an ETF for Bitcoin, and today it's popping also. So maybe the cryptocurrency stocks get going. That could be something that happens. Some things that we have to look out for the week ahead. Like I said, the trade talks, the FOMC meeting minutes will be taking effect this week. U.S. Durable good orders will be out this week. We have a lot of earnings coming up this week. I'll show you those in a second. So economically, we still have some things on our plate. This calendar is courtesy of the Trade Exchange. This is your calendar for the 18th through the 22nd. So obviously markets are closed today. And then we have some Fed speak going on this week, which leads us up to Friday. A ton of Fed speak on Friday. The FOMC minutes coming out. API crude oil data comes out on Wednesday. Your oil number, the EIA oil number, gets shifted to Thursday since we had the government holiday here, the shutdown on Monday. So EIA petroleum status report will be coming out at 11 o'clock on Thursday. All right, so just be aware of that. This calendar courtesy of the Trade Exchange. Let's see, as far as we have some earnings coming up. We got Transocean coming out actually Monday, so I guess after 4 o'clock today. RIG symbol there, will be reporting earnings. Walmart reports before the bell on Tuesday. Medtronics will be reporting Tuesday before the open. HIMX will be reporting before the open on Tuesday. Tuesday after the bell, Herbalife, HLF, will be reporting. Nothing really stood out to me. Wednesday, CVS, Bausch & Lomb, Wix, Garmin, Analog Devices. After the close Wednesday, SolarEdge, SEDG symbol there. Before the bell on Thursday, you have DPZ. You got Roku after the close, Baidu, the Trade Desk, Dropbox will be reporting Friday, Wayfair reports. So that's some of your earnings coming out for the week ahead there. So just to finish it up on the SPY, it looks like right now we're in this fear of missing out mode right now. Bulls are definitely in control. We'll see what happens when we get up to this 280 level, 2800 on the SPX. So we'll see what happens when we get up to this level. Very important level there, around that 280, 281 area for the SPY. So we'll see. Like I said, the IBB getting above the 200 SMA. The IWM had a really nice day Friday, still under the 200 SMA. The Qs trying to clear above the 200 SMA on the QQQ. The XBI also moving up, but still under the 200 SMA. Let's see if there was any news out over the weekend. So some news that came out courtesy of the trade exchange after the market closed on Friday. You had CSIQ. It's a Canadian solar company. This one had a little bit of news. Won a 94 megawatt power of subsidy-free electricity contracts, excuse me, in Alberta's public power auction. So CSIQ, some news. Let's see, what else do we have? It was pretty slow as far as the news that came out, from what I can tell. For Friday, AKS, mixed security shelf, DAL filed Form S3 here of common stock, over 13 million on common stock. Some top insider purchases information that came out Friday. Dish, OCN, TNAV, UFI, director purchased was that over 24,000 shares for that. But pretty much China applauds positive Donald Trump tweet, hopes for a U.S. trade war deal ahead of Washington's talks. That coming from SCMP News Service. HMC, Japanese car maker Honda, preparing to close UK Swindon plant with loss of 3,500 jobs. Let's see, spot gold has been rising as the market's been closed. TPCO, let's see, McClatchy eyeing a new deal with Tribune as early as this week. So TPCO. So it looks like this one is in play. So this news courtesy of the trade exchange. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. So, some of the stocks that I, was kind of watching that I saw on my scanners and whatnot when I was looking at the market. Some stocks for you. ACAD looks very good here. ACAD, it's above the 50 spot on our RSI. A nice volume came in on Friday. Has that $24 number up ahead on ACAD. AMD held up pretty well here. AMD battling with that $24 level on AMD. So that one, nice daily, looks good. Keep an eye on that. Amrin looking good, holding just below this $18 level for Amrin. So keep an eye on this one. If it can get up over this $18 level. Bank America, the banks, Warren Buffett in his 13F filings added to a lot of banks. So that got the banks moving up on Friday. So Bank America looks interesting. JP Morgan looks okay too. Keep an eye on JP Morgan. A couple of bigger banks there. Some of the smaller stocks that were moving up on Friday, I guess this FUV, make sure you say the V on that one, right? So this one popped all the way above 7, pulled back all the way to the 5 EMA here. Now, I did not trade this one on Friday. I did not trade at all on Friday, but a nice pop. Gave some back on Friday here, so keep an eye on that one. Might have more life in it for tomorrow, Tuesday. GLW, they're helping with the build out of the 5G networks. The daily looking very good. Nice flag pattern here. Let's see the weekly on this one. Yeah, it looks very good. You have this big burst after earnings and holding up very well on GLW. So keep your eye on that one. Could be a possible swing trade in that name. HZNP. Is flagging nicely here, holding up above recent recent breakout levels, right, on HZNP. INSG, another one in that 5G build out, holding above the 50 SMA, trying to get back above $5. Looks interesting. INSY, this is in the MJ ETF. INSY trying to get up and hold above this $5 area. We got a double bottom that happened back here, turning back up, so that one looks good. You might want to keep an eye on LabU during the intraday trading. If the biotechs are going to keep moving up, you could get nice trades off of this. Looks like that $55 area is up ahead on LabU. MGNX. Now this one had popped all the way up to 32. They did an offering, if my memory serves me right. And then they've pulled back, but it's been holding above the 5 EMA here. You see that bounce on Friday. It's been holding above 20 bucks on this name, MGNX. So we'll keep an eye on this one. If we can get back above maybe 22.35 on MGNX. Microsoft looks very good. Possible, breakout here on this from this consolidation, holding above the 50 SMA. Looks like around 110 has been an issue with it. If it can get up over 109, maybe you get that further push up if you want to try it a little bit earlier for a swing trade over 108.50 for Microsoft. Nvidia, I could go either way on this one. Nvidia, they had earnings come out last week. They popped it up, sold it off. Did really nothing in the after hours on Friday. It was very choppy on Friday in this name. But if this thing can get over the highs from Friday, which were we'll call it 164, or if it breaks down below 157, could be a possible short in this name for Nvidia. So, short or long, keep your eye on that one. OMED, I saw this big volume come in. It's an under $1 name. Trying to get up over $1. Keep an eye on that one. Let's see, did it do anything in after hours Friday? Not really. So keep an eye on that one. OMED. Overstock, connected with the cryptocurrency. So keep an eye on this one. Looks like it's getting ready to push up and out. So looks interesting. Watch that one intraday. PDD is a China play here, so a specialty retail play. The high on Friday on this name was $28 and change. So keep an eye on that one. Let's see. Let's check some of the other ones. IQ doesn't look too bad. Billy is a recent IPO, China IPO, pulled back Friday. It looks like. And HUYA is another China IPO. Didn't really do much on Friday, but keep your eye on that PDD. Maybe it wants to make a move, holding up pretty well there. PYX, cannabis name here. So looks like it's battling that $25 area. Definitely one to watch intraday on PYX. Make some nice moves. Can be a little bit spready, so you have to watch your share size when you play that one. PZZA trying to come up off the bottom here on this name. So keep an eye on this PZA trying to come out of this coiling consolidation here on that name. QTT, another China name, has been holding up rather well. A nice run, maybe getting a little bit extended here, but is riding the 10 SMA, the light blue line you see here on my daily chart. So keep an eye on that one. Let's see, Riot also connected with the cryptocurrencies. So this one might possibly make a move. You see it's above the 50 SMA, riding the fast moving averages there. SAEX, big expanding volume. They popped this thing up to almost $6 on Friday. Over 14 million shares came into the name. Not my favorite to trade, but sometimes intraday you can catch nice moves. Can be spready, can be whippy. Just be aware of that on that one. Solo, the Canadian three-wheeled car, electric car maker. We traded this quite a few times last week in the service at Zozo StockWatch. Nice pop up to just almost $7, pulling back a little bit. I got to keep that one on watch. Definitely, for the week ahead and for tomorrow. SQQQ trying to get up and hold above this 76 area for Square SQ. Keep an eye on that one. SYMC, since it had its earnings gap up, it's been holding above the earnings gap here around that $22 area, kind of flagging, basing here just below that 23.50 for Symantec. Looks good. TMDI had a very good day on Friday. 1.2 million shares, has that 450 area up ahead on TMDI. TRVN holding up above the fast moving averages, coiling here, has that 175 number up ahead, TRVN, volume 2.5 million on Friday, so holding above the 10 SMA, the light blue line. UXIN, a big volume, expanding volume move here on Friday. I think there was options activity on this name, so keep an eye on this one going forward for the next few days and maybe into next week too. UXIN, VKTX. This one holding up okay, holding above the 50 SMA, still below the 200 SMA on VKTX. Friday, 3.2 million shares. The high on this one Friday was 924. They closed it at 907. We had a previous high of about 934. Maybe if it 935. Maybe if it clears above that 935 number, you could get some further, continuation move in that one. Lastly is VSLR. This is a solar sun, had a really nice move up. I didn't catch this one, but look at this run on the daily chart. So maybe maybe just getting started here on that one. FSLR, not really much going on there. Sedge has earnings coming out soon on the 20th. So Sedge been battling the 200 SMA. SPWR, not much going on there. JKS, not much happening there. And then CISQ, that had that news on Friday, kind of flagging, I guess, there, pulling back. But VSLR could be interesting. Maybe it follows run. All right, so that's some of the stocks that I'll be watching for Monday and the next few days. All right, buddy, that's the stock watch list, and let's get ready for the week ahead video, kind of combo video. We'll end it here. If you'd like to try my service, it's Zozo Stockwatch some day trading. You could come in the room and you could try your first month for 30 days. So basically, you could get your first month of education in the room for $30 for 30 days. If you like us, you can either go to the quarterly subscription for $189.95, or you can just stick with the monthly for $84.95. But you can get 30 days with me and pick up some good education at least for $30. And then, like I said, we have our swing trade service, which gets you access to the private feed and some swing trades that we put out, and you can try that for $20. All right, and you have to use this coupon code. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Have a very good night, and we'll be back at it with another video Tuesday for Wednesday.